Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. I hope everyone is doing well, and I appreciate everybody who stops by to see me. And after the live broadcast, also, I do appreciate it. But Dr. Fauchi was on the hot seat today, and I don't believe it's the last we'll see of him. And reflecting upon that, you see that maybe there was a purpose behind Steve Bannon going to jail and others for not responding to a congressional subpoena, because he had to be there, or they just go ahead and pick him up. I believe they already picked him up. That's my opinion. But anyway, as I'm speaking right now, Iran is getting the effing shite slapped out of them, being bombed very heavily because they tried to sucker punch the United States military, and it hasn't turned out very well, and won't turn out very well for them. But we got a lot of other things to talk about. What do? I play videos while people come in and get themselves a cup of coffee, a cold brew, or an adult beverage, whatever is their want, and then we'll be like butter and get on a roll.
Tony Fauci still does speaking engagements
and gets paid a fortune.
Is celebrated for how he responded to a virus we know he that.
How does that even happen?
That makes sense to anybody. You can, I want to ask the people that see him as a hero. You do recognize all of science has now got him attached to gain of function research. Yeah. Trying to cover it up. We have his staff saying it looks like it came from the Wuhan lab. Oh, that could be a problem. And then that same staff a week later puts out an article. It's impossible for it to have come from that lab. Natural origin is the only explanation. Whoa, wait a minute. You just took scientists that said, I believe it came from that lab, then sign a paper and write a paper that says the exact opposite within 7 days. And Tony Fauci is the one overseeing all that. I think this guy's in trouble.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. Do I think he was killed? 100%. Yes, I do. Because he made his whole living blackmailing people. There were a lot of men in those planes, a lot of men who visited that island, a lot of powerful men who came into that apartment.
ABC and Robach released statements today, essentially.
You want to play games? Okay. I can play with you. Come on. Okay. Do you want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Storm zone. Yes, sir. I'm wondering what storm you're talking about.
And they have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person.
He's absolutely going to come back with full vengeance the next time around.
I think about what 4 years of a retribution presidency might look like. Our Constitution really does give the president tremendous power to destroy. This will be something we could never have imagined.
Now the gloves are off. Payback time.
Some of Trump's close political allies told him they are working on figuring out the identities of the FBI and DOJ staff and forming lists.
I will direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate every radical DA and HE in America for their illegal, racist enforcement of the law. The deep state is destroying our nation, but the tables must turn and we will quickly destroy the deep state. We know where the bodies are buried. There are a lot of people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things against our country. People that have done such harm to our country. I've been looking at them for a long time.
He could order the investigation and prosecution of individuals who he perceives as enemies.
Put them all in jail where they belong. You gotta get tough and smart, and you have to fight fire with fire. You can't allow this to go on. And I will be the one to clean it up. I am your retribution. We will take care of it. We will take care of it.
Yes, we will. Thank you for joining me, folks. And if you're new to the channel, and if you have a leftist bent, if you don't like Donald Trump or whatever your issue is, I'll be happy to talk to you if you follow the platform guidelines. And even after the video, if you have questions or statements, points of contention, put it in the comments. But anyway, give the broadcast a chance, because you're starting to find out a lot of things. Many people are starting to find out a lot of things, and this has been going around. Clandestine put it up with one of his posts. A lot of people are putting it out. A big red pill. Okay, it's been there, waiting for you, ready for you to take, and we're here to help it go down nice and smooth. Ha ha ha! This is as big as it gets, though, folks. We're the intricate web, right? So let me see who came in to see me tonight. Todd's here. Rubber Toes here. Mac is here. Elva, nice to see you. Robert, good to see you. Sherry and Wayne giving me thumbs ups. That's good. All right. Yeah, it helps the video get around. I always forget to say it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Hi, Gary. That's right. We did not lose faith. Johnny's here. All right. Tammy's here. I know who's coming next. Ha, ha, ha. So, let's see. Everybody in the chat. And all my lurkers. Hi, Melinda. And if I miss anyone, you know I do not mean to miss people. It's just the way it goes sometimes. How you doing? I'm alive. I'm alive. I just say, there is Cole. Ha, ha, ha. Nice to see you. Randy, glad to see you joining us tonight. Judy's here. All right. All right, folks. We had a lot of people in the last broadcast. 6,000 views. And a lot of them just came and they didn't get a quick fix. And they, didn't stay very long. But, the people that want to hear Phil got a loose screw and whatever these characters are out here that are talking all kinds of clickbaity junk. Yeah, I don't do that. I'm in Realville. I understand that we have a societal obligation, all right, to prevent mass panic or upset tumult, okay, and keep our society civil and let people understand what is happening. And and I jump sometimes from hi Sparky, international things to what's going on here in our country. But I tell you, this thing with Fauchi touches on a lot of stuff. It's international, and we try to put up what the news does not put up, right? And that's why we have a better grasp of things. Here's some posts from the White House. Let me see. The White House. Okay, and it's people say, oh, don't take it seriously because it's Trump's White House. You better get your head and your ASS wired right and understand this is not a game. All right? The silly little insults of Donald Trump, making fun of Donald Trump, and all the talking narratives. He's a felon. And if you can't see that this is a coordinated effort to keep Donald Trump from doing the political will of the American people, if you can't see that by now, I can't help you. Okay? You either have a low IQ or you're willfully ignorant. All right? Or you really enjoy subverting the political will of your fellow countrymen. Okay? We're not going down, all right? Never mind the obligatory without a fight. We're just not going down, okay? We will win. So if you're not on the side of the fence that's ready to accept what's going on. This post continues to say, Anthony Fauci refuses to answer questions during U.S. Senate hearing. The truth. What does it say? The truth behind the headline. Yeah. You know, he got a pardon, and it was brought up. I'm going to play some. Court decided back in the 1800s. You can't take the fifth if you received a pardon. Part of receiving a pardon is admitting what you did. And here again in the White House. So for the sake of fact-finding and understanding what has happened, to give the American people insight so that we may collectively assure that it doesn't happen again. It's your duty to let us know what the hell happened. And I'm curious, does taking the fifth, is that tantamount to repudiating the pardon? Oh, there's so many questions about that. He's not going to get away with it. Question asked, will you apologize to the people who you harmed through your actions? Do you have the dignity to say you're sorry? I plead the fifth. There's no precedent for what he did, for what he forced on the American people, and the level of fear he engendered in the population. And if that's for a political purpose or for to unseat a sovereign or to subvert a government, your own government, and you do things to instill fear in people, what is that called? What is that called? And misspell it if you're going to put it in the chats. Hi, Scott. How you doing? Tammy says, hi, Pappy. Pappy Two Bears here. All right, Pappy. That's called terrorism, okay? Terrorism. And they danced around a little bit, but, they got to be, we got to be above board and let people come to their own conclusions, and that's the conclusion I've drawn. Psychological terror, T-R-R-O-R, right? Again, the White House posted this. Will you apologize to the family members of the people who died because they took your advice and not only got the first vaccine, but the 5, 6 other boosters they did not need? I plead the fifth. Experimental. Oh, there's so many questions. They said he was worth $12 million. Well, that's not a lot for a 50-year government bureaucrat. They usually loot the people for more than that, but it's still a lot of money, 12 million. Wait a minute. What about his wife? Follow the wives. Can you explain to the committee why you chose to fund the dangerous research in China? I plead the fifth. He did provide funding to China for what they call gain of function, which is generally accepted as weaponization. And then this one. People can ignore posts from the White House if they want. It ain't going to save Fauci, and it ain't going to stop us from putting it up and getting the word out. I plead the fifth. Yeah, that's kind of like the little face he made behind Trump, trying to act like he was putting up with someone who was less smart than him during the actual pandemic. Hi, Rain. How you doing? I'll just look through the chats real quick. See if I left anybody out. I don't think I have. So, I'll show some stuff from the hearing, but that's one of my questions. Did he surrender his pardon by refusing to cooperate with the committee in a lawful exercise? Rand Paul said it's contempt, and yes, it is contempt. And Fauci's dopey lawyer too. He's in contempt for constantly interrupting and having to be thrown out of the hearing. And well, that's just the least of it. Small potato. I'll get to a clandestine post where he says the same things I was thinking. Is he afraid that the so-called pardon might be exposed? That it won't hold up? Is he protecting co-conspirators who did not receive a pardon because you can't do what he did without help? You know he didn't act alone. So if he's supposed to answer questions truthfully and honestly and is not entitled, according to the Supreme Court, to take the Fifth Amendment on these matters, he's going to be back. He's going to be back. In what form, I don't know. If he's going to be in an orange jumpsuit or Gitmo jumpsuit. But we're getting the word out to normal people who don't want to take the time to listen to what I have to say or what other people have to say. And one of the ways they do it through is humor. Babylon B put this up. Fauci asked China to engineer a new virus that just KILL's Rand Paul. So the general public is seeing the battle lines being drawn, and Rand Paul is sufficiently distanced from Trump with the public arguments they've been having, and his libertarian take on things, which appeals to a lot of people on the left. That would make people go, we need to take a look at this. What is going on? This is the picture posts. And again, it's from the White House. Executive grant of clemency. Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States. There's his signature. Is that an auto pen? I'll leave it to you all to decide if it's an auto pen. But this post from clandestine. Let me see. I still see people asking, when is something going to happen? Now, how many times have you all heard me say this? It is happening. We are in the D-class phase of the operation. How many times you heard me say D-class? Look it up in the 17th letter. Just the exposed and relayed to the people. We have to do. This process cannot be done overnight. It must be done repeatedly over the course of years. How many times have you all heard me saying, a lot of people tell me, you should repeat the same things so people will get it through their damn heads. To the collective consciousness and override the pre-existing programs, spaced repetitions. You might not like it, you might not agree with it, but the individual is irrelevant in this equation. It's all about the collective, the 100th monkey. I'll go into that in another discussion. We are witnessing an unbrainwashing operation. Once enough of the brainwashing has been reversed and the people are intellectually and psychologically, well, wait a minute. I jumped to another post. Intellectually and psychologically ready for the truth, I guess. Let me see. They're out of order. Oh, my goodness. Well, once they're intellectually and psychologically ready for the truth, they'll get it. I don't know why that's out of order. But anyway, that's the way we operate. Illegal psychological warfare. Oh. So, and that's what we're dealing with. Fauci refused to answer questions and invoked the Fifth Amendment 111 times. Is this the behavior of an innocent man? He has a blanket pardon. What's he afraid of? Is he afraid of his auto pen pardon won't hold? Is he protecting himself? Or is he protecting his co-conspirators? I'm still thinking in the back of my mind about his wife. A lot of the money went through her. A lot of the grants and the funding and the positions she held that profited from vaccines with patents went through her. Follow the wives. If Fauci actually cared about the public health and, quote, science, understand where he went wrong so we can prevent it in the future. One thing is for certain, Fauci and the Obama-Biden administration know they've been caught and know they are being hunted. I should have played that little clip. That's exactly what we're dealing with. I'm going to leave Fauci. I'm going to take him down. Let me see here. Did I already read this one? Oh, my. Fauci's diary confirms that Fauci vastly over-exaggerated C-19's death rate. Think about it, folks. Remember Trump? He used to telling everybody, we're doing great. The economy was doing great. And all of a sudden I have these people. He was talking about Scarf Lady and Fauci. These people come in my office and say that millions of people are going to die, that I have to close down the entire country. People were telling me that. He's talking about Fauci. Now we're seeing that he knew he was lying to Trump. Why would he do that? Because they needed to create the narrative that C-19 was dangerous enough to declare an emergency and overhaul the entire election system with mass mail-in ballots. True. When did we ever have anything like that, ever? Steal the 2020 election and overthrow the sitting president of the United States. This news about Fauci coming out just after we learned about CCP, Chinese Communist Party, interference in 2020 is not an accident. These two things are very much connected. Fauci and U.S. aid. Gain of function research, U.S. aid, created the virus that the deep state used to manufacture a global biological event and steal the 2020 election. This is as big as it gets. Crimes against humanity is an understatement. We got to think of a whole new category. A whole new category for this level. And he didn't do it alone. Impossible for him to have done it alone. How come my screen doesn't want to work? Did I say things that are going to get me in trouble? I don't know. My screen's not working. Well, Bruce, you can't hop around. We're talking about, in government, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people participating in this thing. We're dealing with Fauci right now. What about Pence? What about him? You don't know what his role was. Think about it. Sometimes you got to have somebody playing along. I'm upset because my screen won't move. That burns me up. There we go. Finally. Jiminy crickets. Still won't let me get out. Let me try this. Pow. All right. Now where's my studio? Gee, I'm having technical difficulties right now. I can't get a screen to do what I want. Okay, Bruce. Pence was in charge. He wasn't in charge. The VP, they don't have their advisory to the president. Oh my goodness. And Trump says, he says he did not allow the shutdowns like Fauci wanted. He left it up to the governors. Now, why am I having problems with my studio? Very annoying. Let me see if I hit a special effect. If that'll break it loose. Man, I got all my notes in there and everything. Not notes, but articles. I'm not getting my special effects pull up. Is my voice coming through steady and clear? Because I'm having screen freeze. I'm locked out of my studio. Oh, okay, there's some choices that popped up. Let me see. I'm sorry, folks. Take me out of my rhythm. Here, I'll set off see if that'll work. I got 5x5. It's good. Well, that's a good sign. I got a big delay on my special effects. Big delay. I hit a button for something to go boom. About 15 seconds ago, pow, there. Finally it worked. I hit another boom. Let's see, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1000. Oh, a 5-second delay. Come on now. You do better than that. But anyway, I have no idea why I can't get into my studio. Have no idea. There we go. Let's see if that helped. No, I'm locked out. Can I scroll the chats? Let me see. No, not moving. If it's not on the screen, I can't even scroll the chats. Yes, Biden was a vegetable. Oh, gosh, I got a notification. No response. Close out or wait. I'm going to wait. If I close out, my broadcast drops off. So we got to see if this kicks in. It's not responding. Studio is not responding. Do I want to close or do I want to wait? I pushed wait. Come on. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know why this happens to me. I had one stream where it was interrupted right and left, right and left, right and left. The next time I went live, we got 6,000 viewers. And then now I'm live and I'm locked out of the studio and nothing's responding. I'm sitting here pushing buttons and nothing's happening.